So in this video, we're going to be covering division problems that pop up in the number sense test for UIL and TMSCA. And this is for questions 1 through 10. So these, for sure, there's going to be a division question. And it's going to be one of these, right? So let's go over a 2-digit divided by a single digit and a 3-digit divided by a single digit. Some of them can be pretty straightforward. So let's say 27 divided by 3. That one's pretty straightforward. It's 9, right? However, when you get something like 72 divided by 4, if you don't know that from the top of your head, you can do it individually by saying, how many times does 4 go into the 7? Well, that's once. And then there's a 3 remaining. So how many times does 4 go into the 32? And that's 8. So your answer is 18. And here, whenever it's a triple digit divided by a single digit, you do the same thing. So how many times does 4 go into 2? None. How many times does 4 go into 20? That's 5. And how many times does 4 go into 4? That's 1. So your answer is 51. Okay. Same thing here. How many times does 4 go into 3? None. How many times does 4 go into 30? Well, that's 4 times because it's 28, and then there's 2 remaining. How many times does 7 go into 21? That's 3. The next one, same fashion, right? 4, how many times does it go into 6? That's once. There's 2 remaining. So how many times does 4 go into 26? Well, that's 6 times because it's 24, and then there's 2 remaining. And then how many times does 4 go into 24? That's also 6. So your answer is 166. So those are pretty straightforward. You always work from left to right when you're dividing, okay? Here, same thing. How many times does 3 go into 3? That's once. But here's a trick, though. If you ask yourself, how many times does 3 go into 1? It doesn't go any. You have to put the 0. A lot of students forget to put that. And then you carry the 1 over to the 8, right? So how many times does 3 go into 18? And that's 6. So it's 106. Same thing here. 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 1 0 times. But 4 goes into 16 4 times. So your answer is 404. So don't forget to write that 0 in there if it doesn't divide, okay? Here now we have a double digit divided by a double digit and a triple digit divided by a double digit. So these ones are pretty straightforward. This one is just like from the times table, right? So how many times 108? How many times does 12 go into 108, right? And this one's going to be 9 times, okay? And then here, how many times does 720 go into 40? Well, here's the thing, though, okay? Whenever you see this, these zeros are just extras. It's the same thing as saying 72 divided by 4 because they both have zeros at the end, right? And when they both have zeros at the end, you can just knock them off and just do what's 72 divided by 4? Well, we had already done that, right? That's 18, okay? Same thing here. This is just a hidden way of saying 26 divided by 2. Well, 26 divided by 2 is 13, okay? This one here is the backwards 11 trick. So I recommend you go to the video that I've done about 11 trick, but here's the thing. If this number set 1 and 7 add up to the middle number, then your answer is 17. It's just the outer digits. Again here, since 1 and this one doesn't work out. As a matter of fact, this one I should have actually made it into a 7 because I was trying to teach you guys that trick, but this should be 176 divided by 11. So let's work that one out. So 176 divided by 11, well, since the 6 and the 1 add up to the middle digit, then your answer is going to be 16. And that's how you work those out.